guys, what's up? It's been a long time since I've recorded a YouTube video. Quite frankly, I just kind of let life get away from me and I've been enjoying everything else and haven't even picked up the camera at all or gave myself time to even edit a video. But we're getting after it today. I'm going to go in depth with my current leg day. I have switched it up since my previous leg days that I posted a while ago. It's a good one. It's hamstring and glute focused. So I'm going to give you guys all of my in-depth detail of how I hit legs and what works best for me. Let's make pre-workout. I'm using my Astroflave code Allie. You could save 10%. Cheers. 2 Rice Krispie treats for the road. Let's go. Oh my God, I forgot my water. I think I have everything. All right, so I want to update you guys on how everything is going, like with my off season. So I'm on maintenance right now. I've been on maintenance calories for like 4 weeks, maybe 5 weeks, and I'm feeling really good, honestly. My body feels a lot better day to day. I don't feel as tired and lethargic, which is honestly way better than before because I was feeling tired after almost every single meal, but feeling really good right now. I did lose 5 pounds just by going down to maintenance, and listen, the only thing that had changed was my calories, my intake, and it didn't even drop that drastically, and cardio didn't change, you know, still 25 minutes 5 days a week, and I am burning through food, so that is a good thing, I guess. And the only downside is that the pumps are not as good because just the food's lower, not as much food. Time to get a killer leg session. Legs has been my favorite thing to train lately, and let me tell you, they have been really freaking good workouts. I've been trying out new movements, just kind of seeing what works better for me than my typical workouts, and I've been discovering some new movements that I love, which is always a good thing, and I'm going to incorporate some of these in my next bulk. Oh my gosh, you can't even see me right now. Just pulled up to the gym. Listen, shit's been kind of weird lately. Anthony hasn't been training because he just got gyno surgery. Damn, you look like you got big boobs.
He showed me a photo of my nips and the tissue that came out of it, and he's like, these were your areolas before, this is them after. My shit looks like how I want it to look.
So I've been on my lonesome now for a few weeks and it's freaking weird. Like, I always go to the gym with Anthony, and like for the past like 2 months we've kind of been on different schedules, and it's just weird. Like, where's my gym buddy? I've just been by myself lately. We got a freaking leg day to hit because you know what? I'm not trying to have small hamstrings and glutes next year on stage. We're trying to have some juicy suckers, okay? We want some juicy glutes and hamstrings. Just so people can go, damn, she trained hard. All right, let's get after it. All right, here we go with a voiceover workout. I am starting with abductions. As my warm-up, I did around 4 sets for 20 reps each set, and keeping it super light. As you can see too in my form, I'm going back and forth. I'm almost treating it as a hip thrust in place seated while abducting, and this just gives a better contraction. And I also supersetted this with calves, did around, you know, same thing, 4 sets of 15 to 20 reps. Then I moved into my first exercise, which is going to be hip thrusts using a band. I use a block even though it's on a machine. I just think it's more comfortable. And it's actually not just a hip thrust. I am doing KAS glute bridges, and I like these a lot more on the machine. I like regular hip thrust better on a barbell. That was my warm-up set. Now we're moving on to a little bit of a heavier weight. I did bump it up to a 45 and a 25 after. And again, we're just focusing on the top portion of this movement. I'm not going super deep into the hip thrust, using a band to keep my knees stable, and burned really good. Then I'm moving over into RDLs. Here I'm using the V-bar attachment on a pit shark. So I like to keep it stabilized because I find that I get a better contraction, better hip movement in a stabilized movement. So I'm doing around 15 reps here, keeping it fairly light. I could go heavier than this, but I'm just really focusing on getting a good contraction, and this is honestly probably the best form I've ever had in RDLs before. And you can see from the side angle, I'm keeping my knees very stable, just pushing my hips back, and then pulling my hips through at the top to get a full glute contraction, not just the bottom of the movement. And I am walking over into my third exercise of this workout, band between the knees,
probably texting a friend here, and that's horrible. I'm on my phone. But we are doing a squat press, leg press, and banded. The band helps me abduct my knees, which contracts my glutes more, and it also keeps my knees stable during this movement. Really focusing on getting good depth, going slow on the way down, and then exploding on the way up for all of my reps. And this will really target your hamstrings and glutes if you do them properly. Fourth movement, I am doing a lunge to a single leg good morning variation. Honestly, this is my first time doing this exercise, and they did feel really good. I'm focusing on keeping my knee over my heel the entire time, lunge and for the good morning, and really pushing my hips back for both. Obviously, one is more of a RDL kind of look, and then the other one is more of a squat kind of look, being that it is a lunge and a good morning, but these felt amazing. Then, kind of posing a little bit. My delt looks really good for not hitting delts today, and I'm honestly pretty impressed. Now we're going to my next exercise. Oh yeah, you see that? That is me contracting before I start the rep, and we are doing single leg hamstring curls. Now, my hamstrings actually look pretty crazy in this clip, and I honestly owe it to these. These burn my hamstrings. I did 2 sets here, obviously 2 sets each leg. Then I moved into a different variation, a seated hamstring curl. It's a newer machine at my gym. Super confused on how to even use it. And yeah, this obviously did not feel right. Switch it up, and that felt much better. I like this machine because it felt like I was kind of leaning forward a bit more versus sitting super far back. And I got a better contraction that way. You can see the focus on my face. These actually burned, and I don't even like seated hamstring curls, but these were amazing. Just really focusing on the squeeze. Okay, contracting is the most important thing here. Moving into my last exercise, I'm doing a single leg hyperextension, and I'm doing a banded. You can see I am crossing the band on the other side, or I'm pulling from my opposite arm, and I'm really just focusing on squeezing my glutes. And that motion of me going up, I'm trying to pull my hips forward as if I'm doing a hip thrust to get more of a glute contraction versus hamstring.
All right, so I wrapped up my workout, and I'm not gonna lie, I feel like shit. Yesterday we went to the beach, and I got salt water up my nose, and then last night I woke up with a scratchy throat, and now I just overall feel like shit. So maybe it wasn't the best idea for me to fully do a workout and do cardio after too, but I did it anyway because I just like to get my shit done, and I don't like to cut corners. So that was that, and I'm starving. All right, like I said, I'm home, about to eat my pre-workout meal. Got chicken, a lot of rice, and pineapple. And hold on, I've been eating the sauces or using the sauces from the company Flavor Gang, and not sponsored, this shit is amazing. Like, all of their flavors are really good in my opinion. We had a third one, I guess it's all gone. It makes eating a lot easier for me, and then I guess if you're cutting too, it would make eating more enjoyable. The flavors are just really good. About to sit down, play some cards, eat, and rest because I don't feel good. All right, folks, well, that's it for the video. Thanks for tuning in. I'm sorry I look like a maniac. You can like, comment, subscribe, support me, and I promise I'll be back with more vlogs because I'm gonna stop being lazy and making excuses. But anyway, peace out.